plant sex. Just by helping the right pairs of plants to get jiggy with it, using tweezers, one set of changemakers thinks they can cure humanity's love affair with petroleum and all the CO2 output that driving entails. Crude oil comes from the corpses of untold billions of microscopic prehistoric creatures, so the CO2 released by driving has been locked up underground for millions of years, and we don't need it back. So, the argument goes, don't use fossil fuels, use biofuels, made from contemporary plants, not from dead dino bugs. Just a couple of problems here. We need all our fields for food production. There's not much point feeding our cars if we can't feed ourselves. Anyway, the standard oil plants can't produce enough. So what we need is a plant that'll give us a whole load more. Its party trick, producing way more oil than any other oil-producing land crop. It's a species that originates in South America, where the indigenous people have always valued it for its medicinal properties. The Portuguese are reputed to have brought it to Africa and India in the 16th century, and it became known for the oil derived from crushing its nuts. Useful for lamps, but mildly toxic, so useless for salads. Jatropha's biggest advantage is that it grows where food plants can't. It can take over scrubland, wasteland, anything but food crop land. It even survives droughts, storing the little water it needs in its fleshy stems. When they're crushed, they give up oil, a massive 30% of the nuts. A field of jatropha can produce 10 times as much oil as a cornfield. The oil can go straight into a truck, though ideally it goes into a converter. Of course, it's never that simple. The wild jatropha plant still isn't really productive enough. So you've got to breed a bigger, better jatropha plant, which isn't as easy as it sounds. Plants are like students at a high school dance. Not too fussy about who they mate with, as long as they're of the same species. But that haphazard approach doesn't mean you'll get the best results. He's found a good target plant, and he's setting about emasculating it. The offspring, he hopes, will be plants optimized for biodiesel production. Out go all the reject male flowers. Then he introduces a male flower from another plant to the remaining females, all in the interests of good breeding.
Honestly, darling, I love you.
The tender moment over, discretion and protection from random pollen, a newer, better generation is assured.